So we will start with stub. So I will start with shunt. Now shunt open circuited. Open circuited stub. Okay, so we will go for this problem. Now for this problem, as we know, that is for load impedance. This is what the load impedance, for a load impedance of let's say 60 minus J80. Okay, 60 minus J80. This is what the ZL equals to 60 minus J80, and this you have to match with Z0, that is the characteristics impedance, equals to 50 ohm. 60 minus J80 characteristics impedance, and this you have to match with Z0, that is 50 ohm. For a frequency, the frequency is given F equals to frequency. I'll take frequency as a 3 gigahertz. Okay, so frequency equals to 3 gigahertz. This is what the design problem. What you have to design a single shunt open circuited stub. Single stub is there, but here it is open circuited stub. So open circuited stub, you have to do whatever the shunt stub is there, but it is open circuited. ZL value is given and Z0 value is also given, frequency is given. So you have to start. So we can have, I'll expect the answers from you. So quickly you can give the answers. So starting from what the first. So in the solution part, what we have to start with? Now ZL normalize. Am I right? So ZL normalize you have to do. So how much it will be? Quickly, can you give me? That is ZL by Z0, that is 60 by 50, it is 1.2. Am I right? 1.2 minus J, how much? 80?
1.6.
1.6, correct. J 1.6. So this is what your ZL. Now you have to plot this ZL, and after plotting this ZL, what you have to do? You have to convert this ZL to YL, or no? There is no need to convert in YL. Is there a need to convert this ZL into YL, or there is no need? Quickly, I want the answer. Anyone?
Yes, sir, we have to convert into IL.
Yes. Why to convert?
Because we are taking a.
Why to convert? Because it is a shunt stub. It is given in the problem. It is a shunt. Okay. So as it is the shunt stub, this is here it is given. As this is the shunt stub, so that's why we have to. If it is the series stub, so there is no need. Okay. So ZL equals to 1.2 minus J 1.6. So you plot. Okay. Sorry, I was got disconnected. So I'll share it again. Okay. Sir, is it visible? Okay. So what?
नहीं अभी नहीं आया सर. हाँ आ गया.
आ गया.
आ गया.
Okay. So now this is what ZL 1.2 minus J 1.6. Okay, so this you have to. So minus means where is 1.2? So this is 1.2. So you have to go down. Okay, 1.2 and 1.6. Where is 1.6? So this is 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6. This 1.6 and this is J 1.2. So here is the point. You just verify, all of you. Just give me the verification. This point, whatever this point, whether this point is a this point. I'll just make it bigger to have your look. So this point, which is at the center, or dot. So this point is on the 1.2 circle. That is the real part 1.2. We are on this circle. Okay, this, and this is 1.6. As it is minus, so it is down. If it is plus, then it will be at the top. So what to do now?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, do we need to solve the same problem?
Not necessary. You can give me the another any other value. We will go for that.
No. Actually, you said na ki in today's practical you will give some different questions for every student.
No value I will change.
Okay, so actually we are solving this. So if you can give the value to now onwards, so we can solve like within the time.
Okay, good. So that is the good thing. Okay, but okay, okay, no problem. So what I'll do, I'll do one thing, that I will, for the numbers, suppose your number, now whatever this value is, ZL is 1.2 minus J 1.6. So till the roll number 35, till the roll number 35, it will go here. Okay, till the roll number 35, including 1 to 35, they will change the real part. Real part means, I'll just verify this. Okay, so roll number 1 to 35, here it is. So this is this problem what I am solving, this is for the roll number 12, 1 2. Okay, because your formula is same, real part whatever your roll number divided by 10. So 0 to 35, you will change your real part, this. Okay, and 35 36 to last roll number, 36 to last roll number, you will change the imaginary part. Am I clear?
So how to change that imaginary part?
Suppose what is your roll number?
58.
58. So you will not be at the real part. So your real part will be 1.2. Now whatever the 58, so instead of J 1.6, you will be J 5.6.
5.8, sir.
58. Okay, CK. 5.8.
Okay.
So this will
Okay,
be
sir.
for you. Now suppose you will have roll number 12. So for roll number 12 is this 1.2 minus J 1.6. So 1.6 will remain same. For 1.6, this part will remain same. 1.6 is remain same for the roll number till 35. Only their real part will get changed. Okay. And from 36 onward, their imaginary part will get changed. So do that. And if you will face any problem, let me know. Is it clear to all? Okay. So I will start. So this is what the value here. Now for this, what you have to do? You have to convert this ZL to YL. Why? Because your YL, your ZL, you have to convert to the YL. So convert it. How you will convert to YL? So you just take this line, straight line. So I will take from this point and I'll go through the origin and I'll go out. So it should pass through origin and you extend it outside till the out of this mixture. Now, what you people have to do, you just give me the value of YL. This is ZL. Now, what will be the value of YL for this? So, this problem is for 1.2. Roll number 12. Both the division. Are you there? Roll number 12.
Yes, sir.
So do it and let me know. You are from A division or B division?
Sir, B division.
B division. Okay, good. So give me the value of here, YL.
Yes, sir.
How much is value of YL? What you are doing? We have drawn this line. It is passing through origin. This is what your ZL. So I'll mark this as the ZL. So this is what your ZL. And now I want the YL. So YL will be, you have to take a rounder, put it at the center here,
Yes, sir.
take a radius, this much, and just cut or make a complete circle. So what will be the
So
value?
0.35 plus 0.42J.
0.35
plus 0.42J.
0.42J. 0.35 नहीं आना चाहिए.
0.32, sorry.
0. Or it will be almost 0.3. It will be here 0.3 and J equals to 0.4. So it will be here. So this is 0.4. I'm getting this point here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'll make this by this line. So whatever this line cross, I'll just show you this, whatever this cross, this line is your YL. Okay, correct. So this is what your, I'll just put this as the YL. Correct. Now your YL I'll put here. YL equals to, how much is YL? 0.3. 0.3 plus, as it is minus, it is will plus J 0.4. 0.4. Okay, is it okay? Now you have made a circle. Now you, all of you, just draw a circle having radius ZL or YL, and it will cut this. So where it will cut, give me the point. So the upper point I'll say this is Y1, and lower point I'll say the Y2. Y1 and Y2. So you just give me the Y1. Y1 real part will be 1, and Y2 also real part will be 1. Only imaginary part of both will be plus and minus. So Y1 will be plus. So how much it is J, how much, and Y2 will be minus. Both the magnitude will be same. Anyone who is doing this problem, what is your imaginary part of Y1? Anyone got this? Roll number 12, have you got this?
Yes, sir.
How much is the value of Y1? It will be 1.47 ideally. Practically how much you got? You just, this is 1.4. It will be on this circle. That is what? 1 plus Jx circle. This passing through 1, this circle. And it will be 1 point. So this is what you are 1. This is 1.2. This is 1.4. This is 1.5. So it will be in between 1.4 and 1.5, approaching to 1.5. So it is on this circle and approaching to 1.5. So I am getting around 1.47. So is it correct? Here I'll get somewhere 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and this is 1.5. So approaching to 1.5 here. So this point I'm getting. Is it correct? The dot.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So you got the y1. I'll name this as the y1. So this is y1. This is your y1. Y1. Okay. And same you will get the y2. So what y2 will be same. Here I have not drawn the circle. Mind it well. I have not drawn the circle. You have to do it first and accordingly you will get that point. Okay. When you will draw the circle, then you will get that point. I am not drawing it because here I have the approximation. So here somewhere this point will be there. It will be 1.4, 1.5, before 1.5 on the 1. So somewhere here it will be. So here. So this point will be y2. So this will be, I'll mark by the another. So this will be y2. Y2. Okay. And this y2, now you can take it outside. Passing through this. Okay. This is what your y2. And this is what your y1. And your circle, what will be your circle? Your circle will be this way. It will be passing through this yl, y1. So this will be your circle. Previously you have to draw it. I'm drawing right now because I don't had any reference. So that's why, because I don't have the rounder available here on the PC. So that's why I'm doing this way. Okay. So this is what the circle. Now you are saying this y1, yl and y2. So this circle you will draw first and then you will get the point. This is what 1 plus jx circle, it is cutting this. So this point is y2. So this 1 plus jx circle, it is cutting here. This is y1. So y1 also I will take it outside. Okay. So from here, it will be outside. I got this. So I'll just write the y1 and y2. So this is what my y1. So my y1 equals to 1 plus, it is at the upper part, j 1.47. If you will get 1.45, it's okay. And next is y2. Your y2 equals to 1 minus, it is at the down, 1 minus j 1.47, both. Is there any problem in y1 and y2? Everyone got it? Okay. So y1, y2 you got both the point you got. Now we will go one by one. We are finding out the d1. Okay. So how to find it out the d1? So for the d1, now what will be your reference point? I have not taken your ZL outside. ZL I have taken from this. Why? Because ZL will not be the reference. ZL will not be the reference because it is the shunt stub. Your reference is YL here. So I had taken YL outside. So you just give me the value of YL lambda value, that is toward generator. Give me the value of YL, that is the lambda value, that is toward generator. So here whatever the value of YL that I got 0.06 and 7. It is between 0.06 and 0.07 in between. So is it 0.06? It is exactly in between. So that is 2, 4, 6 and in between. So that is 0.065 lambda. Am I right? this value here 0.6, 0.7, it is 0.062, 0.064, and this is 0.066. So it is in between, so that is 0.065. If you will do accurately, you will get this way only. Okay, so this is what you got, this is YL. Now we will go for the Y1. So this value, we will just do it. Okay. So now we will go for this. So for this, so this is what your Y1. So Y1 is how much? Y1 is, that is 0.17 and this is 18. So you just give me the 0.17, 0.17. This is 2, 4 and exactly at the 6. Okay. So this is 0.17, 0.172, 0.174 and this is 0.176. So this is 0.176. You got this. Okay. So now what to do? Now what is your reference point? Your reference point is this. So from here to here, D1 you have to find it out. So what will be your D1? So D1 is this. Okay. So D1 is this. This is what your D1 from YL to Y1. This I will name this as the D1. D1. So you just calculate D1. So D1 equals to, how will calculate? That is difference of YL and Y1. So Y1 is this much, YL is this much. So simply you have to calculate the D1. So D1 equals to 0.176 minus 0.065. Okay, equals to, what is the difference here? 0.110. Am I right? Is it correct? Okay. So this is what you got the answer. This is 6566. Okay. So this is what 0.01 lambda. This is what D1. So D1 is from here to here. Now we will go for D2. So D2 is again YL to Y2. So YL to Y2. So you just read the value of Y2. So now read it. What is the value of this Y2? So Y2 is here, you can just look at this. This Y2. 0.32, 0.33 and in between 0.32, 0.33. So how much it is? 0.32, 0.32, this one 0.322, 0.324. So is it 0.324? Yes, it is 0.324. So this much value. Some may got 0.325. So that is also okay. So this much value you got. Now how will do the whatever the subtraction? So our the thing is from YL to this Y2, YL to Y2. So this is what your you will get. This is D2. So this is what D2. D2. That is from point here. YL is always the reference. YL to Y2. So what is your YL? So you do that. So your YL is 0.065 and your this one is 0.324. So your D2. So now go for D2, that is 0.324 minus, how much is this? 0.065. Okay, so your answer is
259.
0.25. Yes, it is correct. 0.25 lambda. So this is what your D2. So 50% problem is solved. D1 and D2 is done. Now what next? What next? We have to go for
L1 and L2.
L1 and L2. So same procedure is same. Now for the L1 and L2, you have to mark a point. What point? This is what your 0.47. So it is near to this. So 0.5. So somewhere here. So 0.47 is this point. Okay. Somewhere here you got this 0.47. Now you take the line from the center, that is from the origin, and you extend it from the 0.47. So I have extended outside. So this is what you are in front of y1. What will be the point? L1 or L2?
L2.
L2, correct. So it is, why it is so? Because this point is complex conjugate. According to the maximum power transfer theorem, what it says, that when impedance matching will be there, for the impedance matching you should have the load resistance should be the complex conjugate of the source resistance, or you can say the vice versa. So for this purpose we have to do. So in front of this y1, here it is L2. If you have taken this y1, so I will write this is L2. So what will be the value of L2? That we will see. L2. So here we will write L, just make it italic, L and 2, L2, because in front of y1 it is L2. So it will be 0.15, because it is 0.15, 16, 0.15 and 16 in between. So how much it is? 0.152, 154 and 155 I'll take, and this is 156. So I'll take 155. Okay. So L2 is 0.155. Okay. And here this is what your L2. Now this is not the answer for the L2. So L2, how you can calculate? So L2, you just have to take a reference. What reference? Now you have to just consider this stub is for what, whether it is for the open circuited stub or the short circuited stub. So this stub is for what? It is the open circuited stub. It is mentioned here. So it is the open circuited stub. So for the open circuited stub, if you will take open circuited stub, so for the open circuited stub, if you will take the value of Z, so for open circuit Z equals to 0 or infinity. For any open circuit, what will the value of Z, whether it is infinity or 0?
Infinity.
Yes, correct. It will be infinity. But we don't have to take a reference as infinity. Why? Because we are not in Z, we are in Y calculation. So as Z equals to infinity, Y equals to 0, 1 by infinity.
0.
So as it will be 0, so your reference point is this. That is what? 0. So this will be your reference point 0. Okay. So you have to take this as the reference. So I'll just write here R, as there is no much space. So this is what your reference point. So it is R here. So this is what your reference point. Okay. So from here you have to read. So there is no problem. So this is what reference. So whatever your L2 will be same. whatever your 0, because this is what your reference. So from a reference, L2 is from this point to this point. So this is what your L2. So I'll just mark it. So your L2, it will be from here. So from reference, it will go till this. Okay. So this is what your complete. You can just imagine this is what your L2. I'll write whatever from here to here. This is your L2. So L2 you can write whatever your L2. So L, and just make it italic. L2 equals to same. That is how much? 0.155 lambda. And now you go for L1 as the reference point is same. So now you go for L1. So where is your L1? L1, now you just mark it from here in front of this. This is 0.1.5 and it is 1.47. So you just mark the point. So from here, if you will project here, so it will be
0.355.
okay. Here. You are saying about the lambda value?
L1 value.
Okay, just wait. So if I will pass it from here, extend here. Okay, and okay. So whatever it will be here, the green line. So 0.4
0.345.
0.35. So it will be 0.34234 and 345. Am I right? Is it correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here it is L2. Sorry, small l. So L2, that is equals to 0.345. Okay. So L2 you got. So same will be the value of L2 in the problem because your reference is at the 0. So you can take it. So your L2 here you can write. Sorry, it is L1, na? It is not L2. It is L1.
Yes, sir. L1.
So this we are mistaken. So this is L1. So we have to just make it and just rub. Okay, so it is L1. So I'll just mark this as L1. So it is L1. Okay, so this L1 is, now we will mark L1 equals to 0.345. So L1 equals to 0.345. Now L1 equals to 0.345 lambda. So you got all the value. You got L1, L2, you got D1, D2. So this your problem is solved. And now you can calculate this value in terms of centimeter by putting the frequency, whatever the frequency is given, it is 3 gigahertz. So by putting the frequency, you can calculate it and you can do it. So this is what the problem. what we did. If you have any doubt regarding this, so let me know. So I'll just explain it. Anything? Okay. This line is any problem, suggestion, anything? So this problem is solved here. If you will have any
Hello.
yes.
Yes, sir, I have a doubt. In the circuit which is created after solving this graph, how does the current flow through an open circuit shunt?
Yes, it is a good question. Open circuit. Now, what is the things we are doing? I'll just draw it, the circuit here. So this is what you are, just show you how the stub will be there. So this is what a line, and this is what your transmission line. Okay, and you will have a load. So suppose this is what your load here. This load is ZL. Okay, so this is what your ZL. In the first understand the analogy and then I'll explain in detail. This is your ZL and this is what your Z0. Okay, Z0. Now the problem is here there is a mismatch between ZL and Z0. So what we did, we have put up a additional stub. This is what the actual line. Now what we put, we have put up a additional stub. So what we did in the additional stub, we have put up this line here and here. It is open circuited. So what you select in this open circuited, you have selected this as something, this line, whatever this is what your D1. We have two answers. So this is what this length is your D1 or D2, whatever it is, you can say the combination D1, and whatever this will be your L1. So this D1 L1 combination. So this will be your L1. This is your L1. Now, this is unlike your simple circuit. Now this stub is a shunt. Now it is open circuited. So there is no question of the current flowing because this is the Z0 and this is ZL. The function is going on. What you did, you have put a transmission line additionally and here it is open circuited. So this stub, what we will do, it will do the current distribution here, it will do current distribution here, and it will be the length of stub and the dimension, the distance of stub is such that you will have this impedance matching. Whatever the real and imaginary part, that is R plus JX equals to R minus JX. So it will get matched. So there is no question of current flowing in between. Okay. So this is what the thing. And in the microwave circuit, there the terminology doesn't match exactly with the circuit. Whatever your normal circuit, whatever your terminologies are there, so they are not according to that. So your normal, anyway else, your normal functioning is from Z0 to ZL. So there is no question. This additionally, whatever this transmission line is kept here. Okay. So to make it more clear, I'll give the example of the coaxial cable. Suppose you are transmitting something from the coaxial cable. Example is your TV transmission, suppose, and from the dish or the cable operator, you are getting the transmission. And whatever your Z0 and your load of TV, if there is a mismatch, so you can put a stub, maybe open circuited shunt stub or short circuit. So whatever your coaxial cable, so the center conductor, suppose this is the main conductor. So center conductor is connected here to the center conductor and for this outer shield it is connected here. So this is a part of a coaxial cable. This is the coaxial cable. This is what the center conductor is connected to center conductor, and outer conductor is connected to the outer conductor, and the cable is kept for a length of L, and you will get the impedance matching. So on this, this is for the understanding purpose. But generally, this open circuited stub is not used for a coaxial cable. Generally, they use the short circuited stub. So where this open circuited shunt stub is used, this may be used in the microstrip line, probably. Okay, and series stub is also used in the microstrip line. So is it okay?
Sir, but if the stub is connected in series, the open circuited stub, then in that case, won't the current it will not flow right through the circuit transmission line?
Correct. Yes. So open circuited series stub generally it is not used. So conceptually it is used. So if there is a coupled line and all these things, there the open circuited stub can be used. Generally, we avoid the open circuited series stub, but open circuited short stub is used. Preferably, open circuited series stub is not used. I'll just not able to give the exact application of open circuited series stub, but conceptually it is done there. And the capacitive coupling, because how the current flow in your capacitor, because capacitor is separated by a dielectric medium. Okay, so similar to that concept, the open circuited stub is also series and shunt, both can be used. Am I answering your question?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now now we will stop here. So I think this is there any other question?